Hi everyone, welcome back to Your Best You. I'm Reverend Dr. Kathleen Fennedy, and I'm here with my co-host.
Joan Kazmarzik. Welcome back.
How you doing, Joan?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing great, yep.
Good.
Well, it's autumn here in New England. We've started September. It began out of the Ida storm. We got 95, 100-degree weather, and then suddenly the winds shifted after the rains came, and thus
And into the 70s.
the long warm clothing. So, and the windows open.
Definitely. Nice chance to air the house out and clear out all the stale air that's been in there for the whole summer.
Not in my room. I keep my room open every once in a while. But what happened was, we had those air conditioners not working well. And so it was a heat wave here for me. Listen, I'm always coming in the colors. So I'm in orange. And orange is the color of the second chakra. So in the first show of this new season, I was in red. And I thought, well, we haven't really talked about why, the colors. I've talked with you about the chakras, the swirling energy centers. But you could call it whatever you want to call it. You know it because you can feel it. And one of the ways you can feel it is because color will create a response in our emotional world. Okay. So we're in chakra 2, which is a co-creative, procreative, and kind of the life-giving chakra force energy of our beinghood here. And orange is the color that represents that particular vibrational frequency. So you see orange all the time, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But plus, it's an emotional center, chakra 2.
Mm-hmm.
It brings in your sensuality,
Mm-hmm.
your sexuality, but also your artistic side,
Mm-hmm.
emotions, and that can be good or bad depending on how you are balanced.
Right.
But yes, the colors that we wear, you'll go to a store and you'll see something and it's like, oh my gosh, you're just drawn to that particular color. And it's the vibrational frequency that it's giving off that draws that to you. So,
Well, it could be that.
it could
I don't
be
know
that.
if it is that for sure. There could be many factors that would draw you to a particular object.
Yeah.
But color is one of the first emotive types of things. We have stoplights, right? That's
Yep.
the red sign. We talked about red last week in the show, and red is, danger, but it's also passion.
Yes.
So it's these, as John was saying, we've talked about the Goldilocks zone. I'm always talking about that. Finding that balanced place. As an emotional being that we are, we have a range of emotions. The robots don't have. They are trying to be able to replicate emotions and maybe even control emotions. But the human has a range of emotions.
Oh, that's for sure.
And maybe part of our co-creative being here is how are we in relationship with our own emotions. And so chakra 2, you can hear Ruby in the background. Chakra 2 can give us an opportunity to explore that range of emotion that we have. We think of the golden arches. It's kind of yellow orange, and the third chakra is yellow. It's the solar plexus. It's the sun. So when you can kind of get them out of these mystical places of understanding, the term chakras and everything, it kind of sounds like, oh, what is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To many,
Yeah.
not to
Yeah.
everyone, but to many. And, oh, that sounds like that's woo-woo and out there. And, ground it, as I said, bring everything down to the ground. If you recall last week, we transplanted the philodendrons, right? And look how well they're doing. Very nice, right?
They're
Very happy.
Very happy.
Okay. And so sometimes orange is associated with, I'm pulling a little tyke over, with happiness. So think about, cheerful, the big emojis.
Yes.
They're yellowy, orangey colors.
Yes, they are.
And so, that's just something I thought might be interesting to start to take a look at color. I don't know.
And to look at it kind of in a different way, too.
Always, give yourself the opportunity to change your perspective or change your view. Because every time you do one or the other, you change your perspective, you change your view. Or you change your view, you change your perspective.
Very true.
And so it allows us the opportunity to broaden our perspectives. And, since we're always talking about plants and broadening our perspectives, what an interesting time for me to talk about the lovelies, right? Lovelies. The snake plant. The mother-in-law tongue. See. And you think of that name, you think, there's always a kind of a negative connotation to that.
Yeah.
But ironically, the interesting thing about the snake plant is that it's different from other plants.
Because of the way the leaves are. It's
Very, that's something.
I know there was something. Doesn't it give
more importantly?
Doesn't it give off more
oxygenates,
oxygen
yes.
than other plants?
It not only gives off more oxygen, but it oxygenates at night.
Okay, when you need it the most. Yeah.
When you have the plants in the room, and they used to say, don't have plants in your bedroom at night because, plants breathe in your oxygen, and at night they exude out carbon dioxide.
Not
Carbon dioxide.
Yes.
Right. So mono is forget that.
Yeah,
The
mono's
carbon dioxide.
Yes.
It reproduces it and it releases like what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We breathe in and we breathe out.
Yes.
Right. But the snake plant will rejuvenate your room because it breathes out oxygen. And I think it's like one of the only plants, I don't know if it is the only plant, but it is one of the only plants, I believe, that does do that. So, Joan was joking about how she gets small plants or dying plants and then brings them to me. And so this was a plant that and she brought me this thing. It was like this tall.
Tiny. It was not even half the size of that.
Little does Joan know I'm getting root.
Speaking of love.
Here it is. Little does Joan know I forced it to grow faster because they're very slow growing plants.
That doesn't surprise me.
So I sped up the process, and that's why it grew faster. But then I sped it up too much, and then I hurt its leaf a little bit. So
yeah, but you know what? It's still going. It didn't kill it. It just gave
no,
it
it's a sturdy plant, and
is.
that's why what I've been bringing in for everyone is say hi, Lou. Ooh, hi everybody! Hi everybody!
So it looks like our famous show that our favorite designer does.
So, hi Isaac. Isaac Mizrahi. He's one of my faves. Okay, yeah. So he has his dog. He's on the show. Everyone's doing live programming now. Even though the top designers are.
Yeah, they are.
We're all doing remote work because we can do it. Sometimes we want bigger and better equipment, but nevertheless, it's still, we can access to you, and I can see you almost on the other side of the camera, through my mind's eye. But we brought some flowers on for you to see today because we're at the end of summer. Truly we are. It is September, and we're going to be coming into the holidays so fast this season that I don't even know where this year went.
It did fly by. It really did. I know just the other day at work, I looked at the calendar and it's like, where did August go? Where did it go? Where did
And
the
it was a tough summer too
It
for
was.
all of us.
It really
We've all
was.
been through different levels of it, and so
Yeah.
it's this ongoing, continuous element that I hope that you can find when you come to your best you. Some little tips and tricks that I've been doing over the years. Now, you know, I'm a big believer of keeping the immune system really, really healthy. And all of my previous shows, you can see shows where I've, you know, a talking head about it almost, you know, to the point of, God, Kath, when are you going to, but, you know, as you can see, so much of what I had garnered through my journey of finding my own way in the darkness out of a basically near-death kind of experience for me was, you know, no medical doctors and no help.
Right.
But now the system, through many of the pioneers like myself who went out and actually did it, and our survivors to be sharing our stories, you know, helps to feed our medical narrative for the research and for the doctors as they begin to process it and then give it out to the public. So, you know, by the time the public gets the data, it's usually 15 years old, you know, sadly, but true.
Yeah.
And so, you know,
So
we're
then you
going
could-
through a big experiment right now, and
Yeah, we are.
and it's divided on how one is in relationship to it. And I honor your path and your choice, because it's what I promote is for all of us to find what is the best for you, and what works for you may not be appropriate for me. Okay. And as we're beginning to open up in our consciousness, we're beginning to realize that not all of us have the same. Some of us have all different things that do different things that others don't have, etc. And it's a big complex. There's no standard human being. We're all individual like snowflakes.
Exactly.
If we say that, and we're always talking about how unique we are, why are we not unique in terms of how we process, etc.? I think you can get that. I don't need to unpack that. I know.
No,
I
no,
know
you
my
don't.
audience is a smart audience.
That's for sure.
I always like to check my notes because I like to keep us on track. And then I keep track of all of my notes for the show because, you know me, I'll probably write a book of, and that'll be sometime down the road.
exactly.
That'll be a compilation of the shows. So I like to keep track of everything.
That's the way she is.
You know? I have order, you know, I like order and discipline, you know, even though I haven't been someone who was able to run around and be out and do
Right.
all, I still
Exactly.
got up and did my order. I still get up and put myself together. I still get up
Exactly.
and do my yoga and do my Reiki and do my work and sit at my desk and still do the things, you see. I still do it.
Right. It's just
It's
in a
challenging
different,
because
yes.
I'm alone and there's no one to say, did you do that?
Exactly.
So,
But it's just in a different space. It's
yes,
in a
but not
different-
everybody can do that.
No,
I
no,
mean,
not
you
everybody can do that.
know, a lot of people, you know, I heard people were sitting in half dressed in their Zoom conferences.
Yes.
It's like, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, no,
It's just not my style.
no.
So anyway, everyone has their own styles. Like I said, you know, I'm not everybody's cup of ketchup. I don't
No,
even
not
like ketchup. So I tease because, you know, life is really make it light.
Exactly.
Okay,
Don't take life too seriously.
if I gave this to Joan, she'd say, I don't have my glasses.
You're absolutely right. The rainbow inside. Okay. So, co-create your own energy. So.
I don't know what Joan's doing. I'm leaving.
I'm just
her with
looking-
you
I'm
for
just
a
looking
moment
at
while
this and
she
going, okay,
reads
where
my
does she-
notes that I've already
Yes.
gone over the whole show with her.
Yes, I know. Okay,
I'm not giving her that anymore. Where I tell you guys I didn't tell her the show because I always told her it was on the show.
Yeah, well, we did talk about the colors and the emotions, and Chakra 2 is about dealing with your feelings and
Right.
dealing with, like I said, dealing with all kinds of feelings. We're not just happy, sad, angry, and all that. It also, like I said, it affects your sensuality, your sexuality. It's about friendships. It's about love.
It's even about writing books. It's about making
because
art.
it's your
Exactly.
artistic side as well.
Exactly.
It's not just one thing. It encompasses the entire rainbow of emotions.
Well,
And,
yes.
on the artistic
What are you
side.
talking about? What encompasses the entire rainbow?
What
of
we're
emotions?
talking about chakra 2.
Well, yes, all of the chakras will be all of your
Of
emotions,
course, but they're chakra 2 is more about the emotions, about the creating things and being your artistic side as well as your emotional side. So that's where I was going with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it truly is about your emotional self, and it's about your creative self.
Yes.
And I guess I want us to elevate this to another level and basically be saying, okay, so we have a certain responsibility to ourselves.
Yes.
In that, if we are co-creators of our body, then certainly we want to be conscious of what we're putting in it.
Yeah.
And if you want a strong immune system, are you doing the things that are going to help to create that?
Yeah.
Or are you expecting some kind of medical pill, or as my father used to say, some kind of panacea to come in and fix it for you? So there's a co-responsibility, I think, when we're co-creating our lives, and I see chakra 2 as our co-creative, procreative self. And we're all evolving as we come through from childhood all the way up. And how much we evolve, how much we want to learn, is dependent upon us and the circumstances of our lives, because circumstances can change things in a minute.
Yes, they can.
In a split second.
This is true.
So, we are always humble and filled with gratitude that we have the opportunity and the ability to co-create our worlds. Co-create how we handle our emotional self, and co-create how we're dealing with the impact of our world on our body. Are we getting enough rest? Do you sleep?
Yeah.
Are you living a lifestyle that's going to reduce your body's immune system? And are you conscious of that? And if so, are you doing other things that are going to help to increase that? Are you taking a co-creative responsibility to the creative body that we've been individually given? And then we have the collective body, but individually. So I just think about it in that way, that it's not just about our joy and our pleasure, and it's about how are we in relationship with ourselves.
Yep.
Are we interested in co-creating and taking a look at that? And the probiotic life forms, the mitochondria, the cellular body that we live in, is alive. It hears us. It responds to us, and it responds to where we put it. You know this because you put your body in a different location, and you're going to have a different kind of
This is true.
feeling, and you're going to have a different kind of emotional and psychological connection.
Response and connection.
So what I speak of is really like I call green witch cat, but it's really just Reverend Dr. Cat, just telling it like it is.
All wrapped up in one.
Yeah, just basically, we all are striving to try to take care of whatever, if it's your home, your family, your group, your workforce, your church. I could go on, but we're all trying to do the best we can, I believe, and be our best use. And I think everyone who comes to this show is pretty much in vibration with that.
I think so.
Like,
I think
yeah,
so.
I like to try to be my best and
Exactly.
have the capacity to forgive yourself, because we're so judging. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do this right, and how
Yeah,
could I have done that? And
Yeah.
oh, what a fool I am. You
Yeah.
know?
You have to be able to forgive yourself.
Yes, it's vital. It's one of the vital things.
Yeah.
I always say you can't give what you don't have.
Yep.
So, you know, if you aren't able to forgive yourself for whatever foibles of life, you know, that you've stumbled through as a rolling stone, you know,
And that's all part
or
of
a
being
kite
human.
or a kite in the wind,
Exactly.
or a ship in the sea.
Yeah.
You know, but we go out on our adventures.
Exactly. But again, that's part of being human. We're not perfect, but we have to. Like you said, we have to forgive ourselves if we mess up.
I'm sorry, but I don't even know what perfect means.
No, there is no such.
What is
There's-
that? And who came up with that?
I have no idea.
What was the origin of the word perfect? Let's
good
do a
question.
research on
Good
that.
question.
I'm sure it's got an interesting origin.
Yeah, but it's,
Because we were trying to make a line
Yep.
or an angle, which the exactness of some of that has to
yeah, perfect. Yes.
okay. The human, we chisel in different ways
Yeah.
to perfection. Perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it always gets around to that time. And of course, I'm always looking forward to seeing you again. I'm going to be in the kitchen next time. I'm leaning in a lot this time because for whatever reason, we're on the same size kind of chairs,
Exactly,
but
the
I've
same height.
separated us so that we're not breathing on each other and we're in close proximity. So I try to do my best and keep us so that we're being respectful of the social, I
Yeah,
don't know,
social
what we call
distancing.
standards
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
All right, so, okay, but again, we know that we have the rainbow inside. And do you
Yes.
know the colors of the rainbow?
We did that. Reggie Biv.
Reggie Biv.
Reggie Biv.
Red, orange, yellow. Green, the heart.
Yep.
Blue, indigo, violet, white, right. I guess that's it for the show today.
That went very.
Do stop by Nutmeg TV Videos on Demand. We give much gratitude to Nutmeg TV for all the shows that they produce and all the work that we're doing with the studio, but the studio is doing so many other programs. So you may find there's a boating show, which is kind of fun to watch. I watch it sometimes on Saturday morning. And, you find a program. There's a lot of different things. There's concerts. There's always classical musical concerts. There's cool old movies. I mean, check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah, they do a lot of different stuff. And plus they have us.
She's funny. Hey, look, take care, be well,
And be your best you.
be the love and light you are, and shine on and glow up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them, and all the rumblings and things that we're going through, don't ever let your orange joy be taken away from you, okay? Okay. Love you. Blessings.